So today we are going to discuss a hydrostatic equilibrium. Okay, so in a hydrostatic equilibrium we are considering a vertical column of a single static fluid. Okay, or we can say that this is the single static fluid vertical column, and this column is divided into some surfaces or some planes. Okay, suppose this is the one plane, this is second, third and fourth. Okay, and here we are considering that the area of each plane is equal. The area of this plane is A, area of this plane is A, and area of this plane is A. And second thing, this column is made by the fluid. Okay, so the density of the fluid is rho. So here we have considered the density of the fluid. Density of fluid, density of fluid, static fluid equals to rho. Okay, and area, cross sectional area equals to A of each plane, and height, which is varying from this bottom up to here. So height we have considered h. Height h height equals to h up to a lower plane. Okay, so this is first plane, second, and this is third plane. Okay, so we can say these two planes are consecutive plane. Okay, so thickness between these two planes is dh, or we can say that dh is the differential height. Why we are considering small thickness or differential height? Because after deriving the equation we can vary dh up to a desired limit. Okay, and differential height dh, and pressure which is acting on lower plane, pressure which is acting on lower plane P at any height h, and pressure which is acting, pressure P plus dP, okay, which is acting at height h plus dh. Okay, so P plus dP acting at height h plus dh. Okay, so here we can also consider that this is the static fluid, and the pressure on each point of the plane is equal, parallel to the earth surface. Okay, so the pressure on each point of the plane is constant, it is not varying. Pressure is varying along the height. So this we will prove, pressure is varying along the height. Okay, so next we are going to write a equation for force. Okay, so force which is acting on this plane, upper plane, force which is acting at upper plane of liquid, static liquid, equals to P plus dP. P plus dP is the total pressure which is acting on upper plane. So you know simply P equals to Fya, force per unit area. So F equals to P into A. F equals to P into A. So force at upper plane equals to P, this is pressure, into A. Area is a constant. Area of each plane is constant. Okay, A. Okay, and direction we are considering that the force which is acting on this upper plane is positive direction, it is acting in downward direction. Okay, So we are considering the direction of this positive. Second force which is acting at lower plane, okay, at lower plane equals to P, this P into A, cross sectional area, and here this force is acting in opposite direction of upper force, okay. So the direction of this will be, if the direction of this force we have considered positive, so the direction of this force will be a negative, okay. So direction of this force will be negative. Generally three forces act on this fluid element. First, pressure force on upper surface in downward direction. Second, pressure on lower surface in upward direction. Third, force due to gravity in downward direction, okay. So third, force due to gravity, force due to gravity in downward direction equals to, this force will be equals to m into g. G is the acceleration due to gravity. So here we are writing g by gc. If we are deriving this equation in FPS units, so we will write g by gc, okay. And if we convert this equation SI units, so gc will be equals to 1, okay. So this is m into g, mass into acceleration, F equals to m into g or m into A, okay. So m, how we will calculate m? M means A is given, dH also given, and rho also given, okay. This is area, meter square, differential height, meter, density, kilogram per meter cube. So this will cancel out, only remaining kilogram, means mass, okay. So this force acting in downward direction means plus direction. We are considering this direction is a plus direction and this is a negative direction, okay. So next we are going to write a force balance equation at equilibrium. When the static fluid is in equilibrium, then we are going to write a force balance equation, okay. Okay, so force balance at equilibrium will be 0. Summation of all forces on this differential fluid element or a static fluid element equals to 0. Okay, so P plus dP into A minus, so direction of this force we have considered positive, so we are writing a positive sign, and direction of this force which is acting on lower plane we consider negative, mean upward direction, so that will be negative. P into A. Force due to gravity we have considered positive direction, it is acting in this direction, vertically downward, okay. So that is plus, means A dH rho into G by GC equals to 0, okay. So now we will solve this, so multiply this by A, so PA plus A dP minus PA plus A dH rho Gy GC equals to 0. So this PA term will cancel out, okay. So remaining A dp plus a dh rho gy gc equals to 0. So in this case a is also common, so it will also cancel out, only remaining dp plus rho g dh y gc equals to 0. Okay, so this is equation first. Okay, so we can see from this equation, suppose if we integrate this equation, okay, simply, so it will give the p equals to rho gh, p equals to minus rho gh, or p plus rho gh y gc equals to constant. Okay, so when it will go that side, so it will be negative. It means the pressure decreasing with increasing the height. Okay, suppose if we are integrating this, then it will give p plus rho gh ygc equals to constant. So this is constant volume, this may be any value, 2, 4, 3, 6, 5 something. Okay, so p equals to minus rho gh ygc plus constant. Okay, so from this equation we can see that when h increases then pressure decreases, or when h decreases then pressure increases. Okay, due to this minus sign. Okay, so now we are going to write an equation for different cases, or for different fluids. Like first we will consider a incompressible fluid. Okay, so case first, consider incompressible fluid. Okay, so consider incompressible fluid. So what is the definition of incompressible fluid? A fluid whose density does not vary with significantly varying in temperature and pressure, that is known as the incompressible fluid. Means in this case density will be constant. Okay, so we can use equation first for incompressible fluid. So equation first is this, dp plus rho g dh y gc equals to 0. So now we can integrate this equation for an incompressible fluid. So we can consider, suppose here pressure P1, height at height h1. Here suppose pressure P2 at height h2, or we can consider it in reverse order as well. Okay, so write the limit here, P1 P2 dp plus, or we can also write in this manner, if this will go that side, right hand side, so it will be minus rho g ygc constant integration ds. dh is varying, this is the differential thickness which is varying from h1 with respect to this P1 up to h2. Okay, so now we can integrate this, it will give P2 minus P1 equals to minus rho gy gc h2 minus h1. Okay, if we remove this negative sign, so it will be equals to P1 minus P2, P1 greater than P2. Okay, because the pressure is increasing when the height of this column decreases, P1 greater than P2. Okay, so we are neglecting, we are removing this sign, so this will be changed, or we will multiply the negative sign to whole equation. So it will give rho g y g c h2 minus h1. So this is the equation for calculating a pressure difference in a static fluid. Okay, static vertical fluid column. Okay, for a incompressible fluid. Okay, or we can say that when the incompressible fluid is available in a vertical static columns, so we can calculate height by using this. Okay, in generally pressure decreases when height increases. Okay, suppose we are on earth's surface, so their pressure will be high, and if we reach on the mountains, so the pressure decreases. Okay, so due to that reason, generally people feels bleeding from nose, etc. Okay, so this is the first case, and second case we will consider compressible fluid. Case second, compressible fluid. Okay, compressible fluid. Okay, so what is compressible fluid? A fluid whose density varies with significantly varying in temperature and pressures is called a compressible fluid. So the example of compressible fluid, most of the gases, and example of incompressible fluid is liquid, most of the liquids. Okay, so it means density vary. So here we know a relation between the pressure and density. So density rho equals to Pm by RT, because this equation contains temperature as well as pressure. Okay, if we increase pressure or temperature both, so density will vary. So now we are writing equation first again. So first equation dP, or from equation first dP plus rho gdh by gc equals to 0. Okay, so this term contains a rho, and this rho is varying with varying in pressure. Okay, so and now we cannot integrate this because here we have a pressure term. Okay, so we have to put the value of rho in this equation, then we can integrate. So dP plus P m g y gc dh equals to 0. Now we can divide this equation by P, so we will get dP by P plus g m Pmg and R T Pm g by gc RT g m by gc RT dh equals to 0. Okay, so we can write equation this manner. Okay, so we can also write this equation this step, dP by P equals to minus gm y gc RT dh. Okay, so now again we will integrate this equation by taking a suitable limit. Okay, P1, P2 and H1, H2. Okay, So we are integrating this equation. So dp by p integration, it is varying from p1 to p2 equals to minus g m y g c r t. This is varying from h1 to h2. p1 at h1, p2 at h2, and dh. Okay. Now we will integrate this equation. So we will get this is log ln p, limit will vary from p1 p2 equals to minus gm by gc rt, and this will be like h2 minus h1, or we can write the limit h within bracket and h1 h2. So it will give this. Okay, and this will give ln p2 minus ln p1 equals to this minus gm ygc rt h2 minus h1. Okay, so by using logarithm rules, so we can write this in this manner: ln p2 divided by p1 equals to this minus gm by gc rt h2 minus h1. Okay, so now we can either leave in this manner equation, so it is also correct, or we can take a anti-log. Okay, so when we will take the anti-log, so equation will be p2 by p1 equals to exponential exp within bracket minus gm by gcrt, this is gc, into h2 minus h1. Okay, so this is the final equation for compressible case. When the fluid is compressible, so we can get a pressure distribution equation this for a static fluid column. Okay, and this equation also known as the barometric equation. Okay, so this is also known as the barometric.